8 weird tips to play better in Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey guys, Mimi Tendo here, your one-stop shop for all things Nintendo, and today we're doing something a little bit different. Today in this video, I'm going to teach you how to play better in Fortnite if you're playing on the Nintendo Switch. Playing on the Switch is like shooting yourself in the foot before you even drop, but let's make it a bit easier for you. Even after all this time, Fortnite is still a wildly popular game, and not a lot of Switch players have exactly gotten it right yet. But that changes today. Tip number 1. You should be mindful of what controller you're using to play and how your Switch is set up when you're playing. For me personally, I like to play on a Pro controller, but if you don't have one or can't afford one, playing with Joy-Cons in the grip can also be really helpful. While the buttons on the Joy-Con are a lot smaller, you can still get a better grip on the controller and therefore improve your aim. Handheld is great if you want portability, but if you want to win, I suggest docking your Switch to either a computer monitor or preferably a large TV so you can see all the details. Tip number 2, you should be using motion controls. The Nintendo Switch has a built-in kind of aim assist that's unique to any other console when it comes to Fortnite. And when you have motion controls on, it allows you to use your right stick to move the camera around. When using the Pro controller, it's the same deal. You can use your joysticks to move the camera angle quickly, while also shifting the controller to get your shots lined up perfectly. Tip number 3, your game settings are important. There are a lot of game settings on Nintendo Switch that are just not built in automatically, and you have to actually go into the settings by pressing the plus button to do whatever you want to change. For example, I believe I have on auto pick up weapons, auto open doors, auto confirm editing, and it just makes it a lot easier. It makes you a lot quicker, and enabling those settings and really taking the time to press the plus button and look through the settings and see what you want will make you a better player in Fortnite. Tip number 4. This is another setting, and this particular one is sensitivity. For me, I play on the Pro controller, so I use the controller sensitivity settings, and I'll display that here for you to see. As you just saw, my sensitivity settings are a bit faster than the normal, and that just kind of helps me move around a bit quicker because Fortnite is an extremely fast-paced game, so that helped me out a lot. Tip number 5. Fortnite players and Switch players in particular can experience a lot of lag and stuttering when they're playing. To combat that, I actually saw a tip from the YouTuber Foxy HD, and I'll put his details in the description. He actually said what you should do is change your internet settings to the Google DNS servers, and I'll show you how to do that here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to your settings and then scroll all the way down till you get to internet. Go to your internet settings and select your internet. Then go to change settings. Scroll all the way down till you get to DNS settings and set it to manual. Then go to your primary DNS and set it to this. Make sure it's typed in exactly. Then go to secondary DNS and set it to that. Hit the blue save button. Okay, so essentially what you just did is you changed your default internet settings to the Google DNS servers, which are faster than the automatic servers that the Nintendo Switch will put you on. Tip number 6. Understanding the psychology of new or uncertain players will get you wins. Here's what I mean by that. Think back to when you were a new player on the Nintendo Switch. You were nervous, you didn't really know how to aim, and those got you a lot of deaths. And those players on the Nintendo Switch are still out there. Nervous, not knowing how to aim, not knowing how to use the entire weapon rollout. You can take advantage of that by understanding how their psychology works when you're playing. For example, new players and players in general are scared of rocket launchers, grenades, and just explosives in general. It puts people into panic mode, and when you have them running and scared, you can pull out a great gun and start aiming at them and shooting at them while they're panicky and afraid. That's just one example of new player psychology, but if you're a new player yourself, or maybe you're a bit more experienced, go back and think about times when you shouldn't have died, but you did, and what made you choke up, and realize that other players are implementing those same mistakes and capitalize off of them. Tip number 7. Build! If you don't know how to build, learn how to build. It'll help you a lot. You don't have to be fantastic, you don't have to be ninja, but you do have to know how to make a basic 1x1 box to protect yourself while you're healing. You need to know how to make basic ramps, And it should be something that you know how to do to protect yourself. You don't have to be amazing, but if you know how to protect yourself and you know how to build to push, that can really improve your gameplay and get you a win. And my last tip is tip 8. Play with friends. Play with friends that are a bit better than you or more experienced at the game. When you do this, you'll start to pick up some of their habits and see why they die less quick than you. You'll see why they are able to find better weapons. You'll see why they're able to last longer in the game and have higher placements. They'll do things like knowing when to push, knowing when to fall back. They know where there are good weapon locations. They'll know where are good spots to land. And ultimately, if you're there with them, playing alongside them, having fun, in a call, you'll start to pick up some of their habits and it'll make you a better player overall. Alright guys, those are my 8 tips with how to do better in Fortnite as a Switch player. You might not be as great as Ninja, but if you begin to implement some of these tips in your gameplay, you may begin to notice that you're doing better, you're lasting longer, you're having higher placements, and you might even get some dubs. I don't want to hear that Switch players are bad. I don't want to hear it. If this video helped you at all, please drop a like down below and drop a comment about how your gameplay is going, what level you are, and some of your gamer tags if you want me to add you. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and if you need to keep in contact with me at all, you can follow my Twitter at MimiTendoTW, or if you want to see actual Fortnite gameplay for yourself, you can follow my Twitch at MimiTendo_. Alright guys, thank you for watching.